proud. We hear TK calling out the next set. Yeah. Nairo versus Tweek.
That is going to be explosive.
It's going to be incredible.
Tantalizing. Sensational. I got many words I can use, okay? But how about hype as hell? Okay, you got Tweek, obviously has established himself as the second best player in this game thus far, right? So let's do him justice. Then you got Nairo, somebody who obviously in the top 10 of the PGR, but he's never satisfied being that far out of that top 3 area, right? So obviously a victory over Tweek will go a long way to getting him back to where he feels he belongs, which is just crazy. Those kind of standards you have for yourself, man. It's just kind of nuts.
Yeah, Nairo currently ranked in the top 10 of the PGR, but interestingly, he does have some of the best set records out of anyone. I believe even he has some of the highest PGR wins, even comparative to the top 5 players.
Gotcha.
If just because he's been able to get these long extended runs, and having that Tweek victory in this PGR season would do him wonders.
No doubt about it, man. Well, I always say, man, I mean, as far as it's been so far, as long as he's going up against anybody who's not Mars as of late, I will say he has a very good fighting chance, but I'm sure he's eager to get another opportunity at Mars, but he's got to have his sights laser focused on Tweek, somebody who's just been incredibly, just impressive placement after impressive placement. And you kind of go back to Evo, second place, right? You go back to Super Smash Con, finishing within the top 3 or 4 there, and then yet again here at Shine, finding himself solidified in this top 8. But Nairo too, man, he had a heck of a run himself at Super Smash Con, and now bringing his fire to the Shine stage. 2 of the best in the business about to duke it out, and we're not even in the top 4, Viram.
That we're not. Oh my goodness, this is going to be such a good set. I'm so glad that we're on the mic.
Yeah, this will be our last set before we turn the reins over to Hazmat and Vicky. We're certainly going to make it a good one. This excitement right now at an all-time high.
All right, Nairo locking in the Palutena. He's tried and true for this game so far. Not going to see any Zany Robin at the moment. So now, I don't know.
One and done, all right? One and done. Okay? You can't keep taking her to Burger King. Eventually, she's going to start asking questions. All right, though. But now we're going to find out the answer to who's going to move on through this loser side of top 8 here at Shine. Wario making his appearance again. And then for the first time in top 8 proper, we are seeing the Palutena for Nairo.
And of course, one of the Palutenas with the most finesse, some of the most aggressive gameplay you're going to see from a Palutena, already racking up 64% on Tweek.
All right, you can see Nairo really going to take advantage of those strong aerials, but the same can be said for Tweek. Reestablishing control on the ground. And now, though, find himself on the run. Nairo loves to just get him off stage and just punish. Nice, that back air is so clean.
Excellent Nair out of shield, and you're going to see that a lot coming out from Nairo. That Nair is the bread and butter for this character.
That's about it, man. Ooh, okay, I like that. A little tricky right there from Nairo. Trying to mix him up. And then it's going to be content to go down with that Nair, but the up B interrupting any kind of attempt Nairo might have been thinking of, and that not going to be enough. And that's big. Surviving that waft, that's going to be tremendous for Nairo as he looks to strike and maybe get the stock off first.
Good tech coming out from Tweek. He really, really needed that, but Nairo is still continuing his offense. Ooh. Up throw or back throw? Back throw, not enough just yet. Full stage length.
Not going to get the yeet just yet, but finally that falling Nair will connect. Now the first stock going the way of Nairo. See if he can go the distance. Oof. All right, hold your breath on that.
Yeah, still alive from that dash attack, but he cannot afford to take another one of those. Still, regardless, he is going ham at the moment.
I'm saying right now, man.
No fear whatsoever from Nairo. That's going to be a punish on the ledge grab. Oh, but only the first hit down there.
Wow, okay. Nairo catching a little bit of a break, and he got a lot of equity out of that first stock, so 63% for Tweek. Ooh, and then it's immediately catching him with the up air. Nairo got a good job. I'm really enjoying the patience we're seeing from Nairo.
Yeah.
All these grounded, get back to the ground attempts from Tweek are being stuffed out. But you see what happens when he does finally get back to the ground. A lot of damage is to follow.
Yeah, that waft is reaching that point where it will be lethal for Nairo to take. He cannot afford to lose neutral too much more. Palutena, as good as her tools are, she kind of has to play a much more overall honest game plan. She doesn't have that explosive clutch factor. Good recovering to the other side to defuse all that pressure. Oh.
Nice.
You know that Nairo's going to be looking for a back air, looking for a dash attack, looking for a back throw to take this stock, but another late up tilt into the waft.
Patience,
very, very nice.
Winning out the day for Tweek. And now he gets to enjoy a very fragile lead, that is for sure. Obviously, those percents you want to be around. Nairo going to do his best to kind of exploit that and not allow Tweek to build upon that. Only 7%, but Tweek still keeping the stock alive. Another nair and another failed attempt to get the stock.
But
will the third time be the charm?
Definitely going to be it.
Yes, it will. Wow. Tweek the resilience to keep that stock alive, but Nairo would not let up on the pressure.
Dead even percents pretty much between these two, but Tweek finds his opening, gets that nair before Nairo is able to get his. Now at the moment, it feels like Nairo's not able to establish that comfort distance to keep Wario, out of bay. But now finally taking on some damage, but Tweek answering back immediately with those nairs.
Ooh, okay, very smooth by Tweek. He has certainly brought this one back.
Brought this one back in very strong fashion, and you know that he's going to be looking for a plethora of things. That down tilt into the dash attack, as well as Waft charging out right now. Going to be lethal very, very soon. Down tilt into the dash attack, and that is enough to take game one for Tweek.
All right.
Nairo off to a strong start in that game, but Tweek was able to gradually kind of pick up the pace, and eventually the lead became his, and he was able to kind of control the pace of that match towards the latter end.
That's what makes Tweek so deadly, man. And we saw it in the set against ESAM too. He's just one of those guys who's just able to kind of weather the storm. So you'll have that early barrage, you're throwing everything at him, even the kitchen sink, the staffs, I mean, anything you got, and he just takes it in stride and just able to find a way to still persevere and get the W. So it really was a strong effort from Nairo, man. Just could not maintain.
Sticking with a Palutena, that was a pretty close game one. I wouldn't be surprised if we did see a potential character switch from Nairo. He's got deep and obscure pockets, to say the least.
That is very true, man. And even if you kind of bring out one of those characters that's just kind of a, one game, single game, just to get yourself on the board, just throw Tweek off, I wouldn't be too surprised. It'll be determined a lot by how the second game goes, and based off the first 10 seconds, not too well. Nairo yet to even put on a percent to Tweek until that back air, and he needed that in something.
What a start from Tweek, just carrying forward all that momentum from the previous game. Nairo finally finding his way back into the neutral situation, but again, Tweek just so good at the moment.
Yeah, Tweek really just an incredibly hot start. Now they're trying to slow things down and get his offense established as well. Nair doesn't get too much off of that, however. He's trying to play around him. Nice. Okay, now tracking him down, but Tweek the quick retaliations. Guys are really trading blows, but it's certainly Tweek getting the better of Nairo in these exchanges.
Very nice ledge cancel from Nairo right there, though. He tried to anticipate the spot dodge, but that is not a trade that Nairo wants, and now Tweek with the lead.
And that's going to continue to rack up. Oh, they get both hits of that neutral air for Nairo, but right back in a tricky position he finds himself in. Okay.
Down throw into the back air. Yeah. Wario definitely susceptible to that despite his great weight and size.
Yep. Oh, wow, okay. A bit of a mix-up there for Tweek, to say the least.
Yeah, the jab, not a move that you see very often from Wario. It's not very good comparative to a lot of his other, a lot of the other tools in his kit, but getting the job done there. A little too much percent on Tweek now from down throw to back air to work, it seems.
Might have just got out of the range. Oh my goodness, a little unsafe on that shield, yeah. And Tweek was just like, I mean, if you're going to give it to me for free, I'm going to take it every single time. I too enjoy samples at Sam's Club and Costco. I don't know if they have that overseas, man. It's pretty damn good around here, baby. Wario pretty damn good as well. Now finding that out the hard way, maybe in danger of getting restock. What a statement win that would be for Tweek.
Yeah, this ledge pressure from Tweek has just been absolutely sensational. Nairo finally finding his way back onto the stage, not until taking 80%. Now finally Nairo getting one on the board.
All right, needed that, but he's going to have the stock of a lifetime to bring this one back. Tweek has been an absolute beast in the second game.
That nair is how it starts. Doesn't punish the spot dodge, but again gets another nair into the dash attack and fair.
Nice. Again, the movement of Tweek. Such optimal options, really just throwing Nairo for a loop. Little unsafe there, trying to pressure the shield.
feels like at the moment, Nairo is kind of finding his usual precision. Oh! Uncharacteristic SD. Maybe Tweek thought that he had the bike available, but he simply didn't in that situation. And now you've given Nairo the chance to make this comeback. Definitely something that you don't want to do. 50% racked up immediately.
If I'm Nairo, I'm making the most out of this opportunity. I mean, this is a chance to literally snatch victories from the jaws of defeat, and he is taking it to Tweek, who now does have that bike available. Oh, the clutchest attacks. Is it enough? Though the down there will finish it off. Now not getting an opportunity to survive. Oh my lord, that was something else.
That was the tag of Tweek's life. Nairo had all the momentum right there. That was such a superb showing, but I feel like after making that comeback, Nairo will probably stick with this Palutena, stick it out for the rest of the set. That was such a strong showing towards the end, but playing out once again. Game 3, 2-0 up. 2-0 up is Tweek. My gosh, what a crazy set this has been so far.
Absolutely nutty. I got a feeling this third game will be no exception. Now this time trying to establish himself early on, come out with the hot hand, but the only hands being delivered right now are courtesy of Wario, and he is letting them things fly. 77%, what a string from Tweek. Oh, and now a bit of a flub, perhaps. Yeah. Wasn't anticipating a roll, but either way, though, Tweek making him pay.
So far, the spacing from Tweek has just been that much better, and it's just this constant game of whiff punishing coming out from Tweek, but finally, Nairo getting the advantage, going real deep with that back air.
Wow. Oh, Tweek! Oh my lord, so that's the second time we've seen him throw away a stock.
Just inches off the ledge that time.
Yep. I understand, man, trying to fade the pressure of Nairo, but that really just gave him the opening. And this time we'll see if Nairo can utilize this slight little bit of a blessing and maybe go to distance.
Nairo in all of these exchanges is the one trying to initiate, start the conversation. He's always the one trying to press his advantage first, but Tweek is just kind of weaving around that. He's just saying, no, I will be the one to make the first move.
No doubt about it. He's just kind of so calculated with his movement as well. I think that's one thing that's really thrown Nairo off at a couple of these exchanges. But he seems to have a little bit more of a read. He's not letting that SD go to waste at the very least, but credits to Tweek, only taking 52%.
Not too much of a lead for Nairo at all, especially with Wario's incredible damage output off of these nairs.
Yep. He will really make you pay. You attack that shield a little too unsafe, and it's going to be a ton of damage, and in some cases going to result in a stock loss. Auto not finding this mark, but just trying to keep him at bay.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of that move at all so far in this set, but all this damage coming out from Tweek, continuing on the pressure, but finally Nairo finds his own hit. Trying to look for that up air. That would have probably been the KO in that position. Waft into the waft, and there it is, explodes out, and finally Nairo at the deficit, potentially his tournament stop. That said though, this lead is fragile for Tweek.
That was a big catch.
And great explosive flame, and it takes a stock.
And that was so good. Oh, the taunt as well. He had seldom used the explosive flame, if at all, I want to say. And the one time he brings it out, it results in the stock. Well done on the part of Nairo, and you see that taunt as well. I would dare say that's just to continue to get his mind right, keep him in the right frame of mind. I can do this, I can get this game, I can start to mount this comeback. But Tweek, he doesn't need a taunt, man. He just needs an opening.
Good stuff to Nairo so far, evening up the game. Tweek definitely not going to take that falling down though. Good catch on the landing with a dash attack, and another one for good measure. Catching it with the up air, is that going to be it? Yes, it is. Nairo finally getting one on the board. 2-1.
Desperately needed to get that game, and I'll tell you what, it'll just do wonders for your mindset just to get on the board, facing elimination, but would not go quietly into the night. Nairo still with an opportunity to advance over Tweek. And if I'm Tweek, though, I'm not really too concerned about losing that match just because I understand some of the things that led into that. Obviously, that early SD, losing that stock a little earlier than he should have. I think it was at like 73%, right? So that allowed Nairo to enjoy a very gracious, I want to say, little grace period right there to extend that lead.
Yeah, definitely. If I was in Tweek's position, I wouldn't be too worried. I could easily maintain my composure. Nairo is still the one playing on the back foot.
All right, and of course, counter pick advantage right now going to Tweek.
Going off to Yoshi's Story, I believe, was the pick of choice for Tweek. I believe that's the first time we've seen this stage throughout this this top 12 so far. I don't think we've seen it. We've seen Battlefield a fair share of times, but Yoshi's Story, making his first appearance.
Yeah, I do believe Yoshi is making his first appearance, so we'll see if it'll be a successful debut for Tweek, or Nairo will be able to force this game number 5 he's so eager to get to.
Good Nairo out shield. That's going to be a good chunk of damage. 1, 2, 3
wow,
up airs.
You got to be careful right there.
And I love that going for the Nair pressure block right there. Really, really difficult, but Nairo looking sensational and getting that KO right off the top.
Blisteringly hot start for Nairo. He has found his momentum, and it has got Tweek in a chokehold right now.
Tri-plat, maybe not the best pick for Tweek to counterpick, but the juggles from Wario, round of applause.
That's what they're trying to give him that standing ovation, if you will.
Yeah, good call out on that teleport right there, the warp. Not going to get that cancel. This time going straight to center stage, but again, Nair's a little bit too close to the chest. And a great down air, but a good tech from Nairo, holding it down.
Ooh, speaking of down, how about all the way down, man? Shots my man Xavier Woods, up, up, down your ass goes, says Nairo.
Down to the sea, but a quick back air to answer back from Tweek. Only a full stock deficit, but again, that waft is almost fully charged. That is his comeback factor. That is the clutch that Tweek needs. But these Nairs, he's going to have to deal with them first.
Bad about it, man. This one has all the makings of potentially getting to Game 5. If Nairo has anything to say about that, Tweek really going to have to mount this comeback, got to tighten up the gameplay.
All right, a good idea from Nairo to air dodge away from the platform to avoid that pressure from Tweek. But a good 2-frame on that down air. Be a load of damage. Again, up air's so scary.
A terrifying position to be in, but Nairo starting to find his rhythm again. Tweek, final stock, can ill afford to take any percents that are just not necessary.
What a pivot grab.
Right?
The range of that Palutena's pivot grab, monstrous.
Can't tell if she used her hands or the pole, man. I was like, to see that replay, that was incredible.
Using the goddess force.
Seriously. Oh, speaking of force, that dash attack coming through with a lot of it, but not enough to seal away this stock. Nairo, determined. It might not be a smart bet to bet against him right now.
He is looking sensational. Doesn't go for the dash attack. Tweek catching the landing once again. He's scouting out these warp cancels and missing the cancel right there. Able to get the punish with the back air. Now Tweek is back in this game. Nairo has to be really careful.
Seriously, he still has that waft too. If he he shook him.
Yes,
he
very much shook him. Good air dodge from Nairo, just getting away from that situation.
He knew what surely awaited.
Back air.
Yep. Wario, right, wait for that. Set, favorable. Oh, good patience!
Excellent patience from Nairo, and now we are going into a game 5. What sensational composure coming out from Nairo. Waiting for that air dodge and then just getting the perfect punish with that forward air.
It's funny, the clutch air dodge from Nairo maybe saved him from that waft ending combination of Tweek moments ago, but then it was the patience from Nairo actually able to seal the deal, reading that air dodge from Tweek. And that's going to be the 5th game. And there was no luck needed in that. That was straight skill. Nairo definitely outplayed him all there. No kind of SDs or anything involving that kind of nature. So Tweek, the counter pick, but man, he's got to be feeling the pressure at this point.
This set has been an absolute nail biter. All these games have been so down to the wire. My gosh, and I do appreciate him going back to the counter pick. He does, Tweek does have a handle on Nairo's warp shenanigans overall. He's not allowing him to get those cancels. He's not allowing him to move as freely as he wants to. So, and he's making fantastic use of those platforms as well. Game 5, Nairo versus Tweek. Loser gets 7th place. I know neither of these players wants to be going home with a placement like that.
Yeah, 7th place, and you know, again, 7th place is really solid at an event like this, but just the caliber of player you have before you, the standards that they have for themselves, and it's going to be completely unacceptable. What an up smash anti-air that was from Nairo. You can tell when somebody's playing with some renewed confidence, and I think Nairo has his in this 5th game.
Nairo playing with confidence is absolutely one of the best players in the world. It is so terrifying to fight this monster of a player.
Absolutely, man. Of course, no disrespect to Tweek. Ranked number 2 on the PGR for good reason, but he has quite the challenge in front of him. See if he can overcome it. He's been going all Wario throughout this tournament, putting a lot of faith into, I would say, his original main in this game.
Yes. Character that he's been playing for a very long time across multiple games. You don't see it too much. If you didn't see it too much in tournament in Smash 4, mainly because, you know, Wario was not as potent a character in that game, but here it is kind of the backbone of his ensemble of characters.
Yes. Very well said. Ooh, okay. Excellent back air, and again, he's going to go ahead and throw out that Nair. This time, though, Tweek maybe a little preemptive with that up B. Excellent decision-making, but Nairo, what a chase down to find that up air, Viram. Things are looking good for Energy's finest.
Even better decision-making right there from Nairo. The active hitbox of that up air catching the tech beautifully.
Okay, Nairo definitely would be kicking himself if he lets this stock lead go to waste. Definitely trying to get some solid damage. Obviously, maybe looking for a Nair plane. At this point, I just settle for anything. What a commitment. Oh. All right, again, it's all about just getting it up safely here. It is so threatening, right? The way Tweek just kind of patrols the border.
Yes. Both these players kind of get a little hits here and there, but that big back air quickly equalizing this game.
All right, Tweek taking his time, understanding I'm in a position where it's not going to take too much to get rid of this stock. Let me just slow it down, and it certainly paid off. But now right back in the driver's seat, starting to apply a lot of pressure. Tweek trying to come in from below, but getting his approaches scouted out. Nairo with the perfect countermeasures thus far.
Excellent Nair out of shield, landing on the platform. Tweek safe, and the jab coming out for the second time in this set.
All right.
This time landing its mark, down throw into back air, definitely going to be, oh no, doesn't get the confirm.
All right. Obviously looking for that fair to hit, but not going to get it, but still sizable lead here in Tweek. I mean, many a time we have seen him make comebacks in situations like this, so it would be foolish to think he's out.
Absolutely not. The waft is online.
Yes.
Is this lead really a sizable one, EE?
That's
when you're in a position like this versus Wario?
That's absolutely the question that is being posed. Nairo would like to believe it is, but he has yet to be able to find that finishing blow. Meanwhile, Tweek is working on perhaps stealing this stock away. He's really got a lot of equity thus far.
83 to 113. Down throw. Into the hub smash. What a sensational play. He knew that was going to place him on the platform. Tweek not ready to get that tech. And now Nairo with a nice lead. You hear the crowd erupting the one more stock chance. They want Nairo to carry this forward.
Definitely, man. I mean, a victory here with just such a statement win for Nairo. Tweek out in 7th place. That would be something to behold, but obviously Tweek, and you see what he's doing too here. He's playing it so smooth. He knows he's going to be able to probably take the stock off without exhausting the waft. Cannot let that go by the wayside. That could honestly be the difference maker in this match, Viram. Game 5.
Nairo doing such a superb job getting those hits. The directional air dodge. Oh, but that. Okay, it was untechable.
Untechable, yeah. That down there was untechable in that situation. You saw that red flying, as did that body of Palu. And this is what you have to avoid if you're Nairo. You cannot let Tweek find the streak. Oh, that air dodge. I think Tweek knew it was coming, but was not able to get himself in a position to strike.
Nairo shocking from underneath. He has to be so careful of that up tilt. That could be the difference. That could be the game winner, the set taker for Tweek. You know he's looking for it.
And he is.
Spot dodge up tilt. He did it again. The air dodge on the platform is very, very crucial for Nairo.
My goodness, man. Take a breath if you're a fan of either one of these guys. Could truly go, oh my goodness, that up air might have been enough.
That is crucial. That is so crucial for Nairo. Now all the coins are in his favor. All the cards are his to play.
Exactly. The door has been shut essentially on Tweek as far as being able to take this with the waft. And now Nairo, this is where you truly press the advantage. 133 on Tweek. All you have to do is play this one close to the chest. Don't allow yourself to get too overzealous. And Tweek, though, finding opportunities to strike for him. He's still in this game.
These landing off airs doing so much work for Tweek. Right there! Oh! And just like that, what a crazy finish!
Backdoor 3-0 completed. Nairo over Tweek. Unbelievable. And if you blinked, you would have missed it with that photo finish.
Oh my goodness.
Unbelievable.
That was insane. He just, after all that.
Do you hear this crowd? Do you hear this crowd? These Nairo chants?
Nairo, regardless of wherever he is always a fan favorite. He plays Palutena. Palutena is not exactly a fan favorite character, and yet Nairo makes it work. Everybody loves Nairo. Everyone wants to see this man take that victory, succeed as far as he can, and now he will be advancing in this top 8 bracket.
That was, I mean, and the one thing I love is the commitment, too, because we talked a little bit about the fact he might elect to maybe try a different character. So, no, he knew his Palutena was more than capable of getting the job done, and did not disappoint. I want to say a big turning point, I still say, was that SD from Tweek, and I believe it was game number 3 that opened the door for Nairo to just go on that little bit of a rampage and did not let go. From there, he was just like, I know I can get the W. Didn't need any extra assistance from the SD, just straight up outplayed Tweek in those little micro interactions, and it was enough to get the W.
That it was. And interestingly, we see on the stats here, Nairo was the first to was able to get the first stock most of those games as well. And of course, as you mentioned, that SD at that 60%, very, very unfortunate for Tweek, but it was a really back and forth exchange between these two. I mean, Tweek was the one that dealt more damage, despite the fact that Wario is such an explosive character. So, whew, man, I'm almost glad that that's our final set, because that was a...
That's going to be hard.
That took the wind out of my sails.
It's kind of crazy. That's going to be hard to top, but as good as all those matches that we just saw, those were all losers bracket matches. When we come back to you with a little bit of a commentary shift, you're going to get treated to all of the winners of bracket, okay? And it is going to be sensational, but obviously it was an absolute pleasure to commentate for you guys as per usual with one of my good friends, Viram here. Need to get this man over to the States a little bit more. For sure, man. We miss you, man, but it's definitely great having you.
It has been an absolute pleasure being able to cast for all of you guys back at home. And I guess, yeah, that's it for us.
That'll wrap us up. Guys, don't go anywhere. More Shine 2019 is on the way. We're going to crown a winner here for Smash Ultimate.